Welcome everybody to this week's edition of Valpo Football Preview along with head coach Dave Cecchini. This is Todd Ickow and we're brought to you today by the South Shore. Coach, you had the week off, which as we talked a week ago probably would come at a good time. Overall thoughts on how the off week went?
I thought it was great. We really took the mentality that we're going to go back to basics. We didn't do a whole lot of looking ahead to William Jewell, our next opponent. We did just kind of clean things up and got better, got more confident with the schemes on offense and defense, and got a chance to get a lot of the younger guys better evaluated now that they, the incoming freshmen had a couple extra weeks involved in learning the schemes on both sides of the ball, and I think it went very well.
Sounds like maybe the younger guys might get a few more reps in the games.
Well, we're still deciding. We're still trying to figure out our travel party, the number of players that we're going to bring with us to William Jewell. But absolutely, there were some young guys who were able to step up and get noticed. And
now the quarterback situation. Ben Lehman's getting most of the snaps right now.
Yeah, no.
Overall thoughts?
Ben played pretty well in the St. Joe's game. He's not quite there yet. We still need him to take another step up in terms of production, but he's headed in that direction, and so he will be our starter for the William Jewell game. I think in terms of having another quarterback come in the game, Scott Stahl played in two series against St. Joe's. I think that right now Ben has kind of solidified himself as the starter, and we'll see. It's always an ongoing competition. We're not going to name anybody the starter for the year, but we take a look at it week in and week out. We've got a couple of young quarterbacks as well who continue to get better, so we'll see where this season takes us.
How about the matchup with William Jewell? They played two games as well. Mm-hmm. They're 1-1. They had a victory in their first game, in a game they were significantly outgained, but looked like they won maybe the special teams battle, and they had a kickoff return and won the football game. How about the matchup with them?
Yeah, I think we match up pretty well with them. They do a lot of different things on both sides of the ball. On offense, they've got a great tailback by the name of Tom Cook. He was the guy who returned the kickoff for the touchdown, and he's an outstanding player. And I think they're kind of searching for an identity. They know that he's their marquee player. He's a guy who can make you miss in space, and I think they're just trying to get comfortable with things. And so they do a lot of different things, I think, searching probably for that identity. On the defensive side of the ball, they run every front and coverage and blitz that's in the book. I mean, it's the most complex scheme that I've seen in a couple of years. I mean, they really do a lot of different things. But the one kind of constant that they do is they pressure you. And this is not a bend but don't break type of defense. They get up, they get in your face, they blitz regardless of the front, regardless of the coverage that they have behind you. They're going to throw the kitchen sink at you, and it's a make or break type of a situation.
They're in the same league as St. Joe's. Mm-hmm. I look at their roster and their starters. They're not as big as St. Joe's,
right.
And St. Joe's kind of wore you down with their size on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely.
I think the line of scrimmage. Do you match up better interior-wise?
No, I think we do. It's certainly a talented offensive and defensive line, but you're right. Their size, they're not quite as big. I don't know if they're quite as deep either. That'll be interesting to see. As the game progresses. I think we worked really hard on our conditioning during this off week, and I think we've improved. Hopefully, we can be a little bit more resilient come the second half as well. So I think there is a chance. I think our guys are a little bit more confident coming out of a bye week, just in terms of the schemes that we have on both sides of the ball as well, and hopefully that'll factor in this too.
Best of luck.
Great, thank you.
For head coach Dave Cecchini, this is Todd Ickow. Thanks for joining us this week on Valpo Football Preview, brought to you by the South Shore.